Today's computer problem at Cape Canaveral was distressing, perhaps, but for most Americans, not totally surprising.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Visionet Cast. My name is Kashif Habib, and I lead the Partner Alliance at Visionet Systems, and will also be your host for today's session. Thank you again for joining us. So, our topic of discussion today is achieving peak season success with Agentforce. And to lead this discussion, we've got two amazing speakers with us today. Start off with introducing Michelle Grant, first of all. Michelle is from our alliance partner, Salesforce. Then Michelle, with her extensive experience in strategy and insights at Salesforce, she brings in a very valuable industry perspective and how organizations are continuing to evolve to meet the new challenges. So, Michelle, you want to say a quick hello?
Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you, Michelle. Also, we have with us today Faraz Khan. Faraz heads our global Salesforce practice at Visionet, and he's been at the forefront working with our customers, driving strategy and innovation in the AI space. Faraz, again, you want to jump in to say a quick hello?
Thanks, Kashif. I'm excited to be here and share some real-world perspectives on how AI agents are reshaping customer service in retail industry. So looking forward to our discussion.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Faraz. All right, to set the stage for the topic of our discussion today, as we all know, peak season brings immense opportunities, right? But we also know that it brings significant challenges, ranging from managing demand surges to keeping customer experiences seamless. And what we are seeing today is that AI is playing a very transformative role in helping retailers anticipate, adapt, and deliver with greater efficiencies. And in today's discussion, what we'll try to learn is how do businesses and how is the business harnessing this technology to stay ahead when it matters the most, which is during the peak season. So moving forward with today's agenda, so I'm sorry, are my slides visible? Okay, all right. So moving forward with today's agenda, what we will do is we'll try to start with the customer services challenges during the peak season. We'll talk about the online retailer's journey. And then we'll move lastly towards how Agentforce is helping retailers achieve key business outcomes. And to start off this discussion, I would like to invite, first of all, Michelle to share with us some of the industry trends that she's seeing and how AI is making an impact in that space. So over to you, Michelle.
Wonderful. Thank you for that introduction. So what we're able to do at Salesforce is see what is going on through Service Cloud. And so this is the week over week performance for phone calls into service centers during the holiday season from November 1st to December 31st. And as you can see, phone calls are actually declining overall for the season. Phone call volumes were down 7%. And we can see a dramatic drop during Christmas, right? People are spending time with their families and opening the gifts that they've purchased. But if we go to the next slide, we can see that chatbot sessions are actually up really, really high. In fact, I couldn't fit both interactions on the same chart, given that chatbot sessions are growing by triple digits week over week compared to the holiday season in 2023. In fact, chatbot sessions were up 167% during that holiday season. So we are seeing a shift of consumer behavior from calling in to using chat to receive service. And you can see that that peak for chatbot sessions is the week before Christmas. So I'm sure a lot of those inquiries are, where is my order? How do I do a return? Or something was damaged. So it's really important to have customer service in place to help with all of the phone calls and messages that are coming in.
Great, wonderful. Um,
And one more slide, actually, just to put this in greater context, is that we did a survey of shoppers and retailers, and a really important theme was AI in customer service. So we asked shoppers about 15 different things that were poor experiences in retail, and we asked, what is the worst experience you can have in a retail setting? And the number one response for shoppers was poor customer service. And that is greater than out of stocks, damaged products, long line at the store. So really, customer service is a key part of the customer experience. And retailers recognize this. So when we ask them, what are the top opportunities that you see for the industry? 25% said improving customer service. Now, that seems low, but in fact, customer service improvement ranked 4th out of 10 potential opportunities. So it's in the top 5. Retailers understand this is a problem, and they do see AI as the solution. 83% of retailers said that AI will be very useful in customer service, and that's the top response. Again, around 10 different options given to those retailers, and the number one area that they want to use AI in is in customer service. So this presentation is really, really timely, given that we're going into peak season and service is so important to consumers.
Sure. Thank you very much for that, Michelle. So zooming out a bit, so if you look at our executives survey, which was basically Gartner's 2024 CIO and Technology Survey, it highlighted 3 key priorities for retailers, right? Number 1 was generating revenue. Number 2 was improving operating margins. And the third one was excelling in customer experience. So Faraz, I wanted your thoughts in terms of, how do you see customer service contributing to these outcomes, right? The 3 top priorities which came out from this study.
Right. So Kashif, customer service impact all these 3 outcomes. Customer service has completely evolved. It's no more a typical customer service where customers get engaged with customer service department. It's no longer like that. It is now becoming a real growth driver. So the customer service department becomes a real growth driver. Think about it. When an agent can cross-sell or upsell during conversation, it directly impacts generating revenue for the retailers, right? And at the same time, reducing cost per interaction, cutting back on seasonal hiring. A lot of retailers are hired seasonally to expand their customer services team to handle the high demand of customer service. So with AI agents, they would not need to do that. Thus, it improves the operating margins, and of course, having a true omni-channel service experience make customers feel valued and connected, which takes their customer experience to the next level. So with that, let me dive a little deeper into customer service and show you how it creates an impact across the retailer journey. Yeah, sounds good. All right. So let's take a minute to think about the retailer journey and how customer service touches every stage of it. So there are 3 primary stages within the customer on a retailer journey. One is pre-purchase, where customer is intending to buy something. Then the stage comes in where they're making the purchase, and then post-purchase, where the purchase is done and it's like after sales service, right? So before purchase, shoppers are usually asking things like, is this item in stock? What promotions are running? Or when I can get an item delivered? So these kind of queries can be handled by the customer service team. And after pre-purchase, when the customer is making the actual purchase, and that's where issues can pop up. Maybe a payment doesn't go through, a discount code isn't working, or there are checkout questions where the customer service team can help the buyer to support in that journey. And once the purchase is done, high volume of inquiries usually come afterwards. Things like tracking an order, processing returns, warranty claims, or even questions related to the loyalty program that a retailer is offering. So if we consider these 3 stages and imagine that human agents are being involved in that, that's where Agentforce comes in, which is an AI agent, it helps retailer not just keep up with these expectations, but actually deliver faster, smarter, and personalized service across the entire journey. So as we understood the retailer journey and how customer service involves in each and every stage, let me transition into highlighting some of the retailer challenges as well. Uh, there can be many other retailer challenges. However, I'm just quoting some of the high level or some of the highlighted ones, which are very critical to retailers. I'm going to speak about some numbers today so that you can see what level of impact it creates for the retailers. So 93% of customers expect updates throughout their delivery process. And customers don't want to wait long. In fact, 74% of customers expect immediate engagement online. The moment they would like to engage with the customer service, they expect that they get engaged quickly rather than waiting in long queues, right? And do you know about 17 to 25% of holiday purchases in the US were returned in 2025, which is approximately 362 billion, which is a very large number. And customer service team handle these kind of queries as well. Holiday card abandonment averages around 70 to 75%, and a leading factor is poor customer service around that. 70% of customers expect consistent service across channels. So if I'm coming from WhatsApp, maybe chat, or having a phone call, or maybe I'm coming from social media, they expect the same level of service and a consistent level of service. If I'm talking to a retailer via WhatsApp, and then later on I go to their website and have a chat over there, I expect them to know me. I expect them to understand what my queries were previously so that I can have that kind of seamless experience. And lastly, 32% of customers will walk away from a brand after just one bad experience. So you can see that how big an impact a bad customer service can have overall on your business. So the big question is, how can retailers really tackle these challenges while still delivering the level of service customer expects and deserve, actually? That's where, once again, I would say Agentforce for Service comes in, because it's designed to bridge those gaps and transform services into a real differentiator. You have already brought up the slide, so let me walk you through a few use cases where Agentforce make a big impact across the retail journey. So we talked about the retail journey: pre-purchase, post-purchase, and post-purchase. During pre-purchase, Agentforce can answer FAQs, which are frequently asked questions, instantly, rather than a human agent sitting, looking in through some knowledge articles, and then getting back to the customer. Again, it takes time. Even though systems are quite efficient now, but it takes time for a human agent to respond. And a lot of time, one human agent is talking to multiple, having chats with multiple customers. However, in case of Agentforce, it's like instantly, because it's AI and computer, and there's no manual intervention involved. So questions like Q&A, promotion, discounts, any sort of personalized recommendation, Agentforce can cater all of them. And once the customer is very clear about what needs to be done and all the queries are addressed, eventually it reduces the cart abandonment rate, because the customer is already aware of how it's going to move. He or she is going to move on to the purchase and make the purchase. So when you get into the purchase step or the purchase stage, Agentforce can guide shoppers throughout their checkout or resolve any kind of payment issues or payment processing issues, or if there is any discount voucher isn't working, AI agents can help them in real time and can help them going or completing their purchase cycle. And lastly, once the purchase is made, where there are the most customer service requests, AI handles those kind of queries, such as order lookup, or there's a request to return the order, and any sort of delivery updates. As Michelle mentioned earlier, where is my order is a very common thing. So where is my order can be seamlessly handled by AI agents. So this creates a consistent experience across channel, be it chat, be it WhatsApp, be it SMS. Agentforce can handle at a very large scale and helping the customers. If you can move, Kashif, on the next one, please.
Sure. All right. Thank you very much for that, Faraz. So, yeah, I mean, I just wanted, Michelle to comment over here. I think, I mean, how is Agentforce impacting customer queries today? So I see some of the stats which you had presented. So maybe you can talk about that.
Mm-hmm. So Agentforce has been live for over 6 months now, and we're actually tracking through our Agentic Enterprise Index how it's being used. So what we're seeing for customers that have deployed Agentforce, 83% growth rate month over month in those queries being answered by Agentforce through customer service. And we can see from January all the way to June, the penetration rate of customer service inquiries being resolved using Agentforce is now at 36%. So we're seeing a lot of agents being deployed by our customer base, and those Agentforce generative AI chats are now resolving up to 36% of the queries that are coming in. So we're seeing really great adoption from consumers using this technology.
Wonderful. Great. Thank you very much for those thoughts, Michelle. All right. So back to you, Faraz. Sorry, go ahead.
Kashif, I would like to second what Michelle was saying. And you remember we talked about some key business outcomes that retailers would like to achieve. This is something that I would like Agentforce to relate back to those outcomes and briefly explain how Agentforce can help businesses achieving those outcomes. So with Salesforce AI tools like Einstein, Prompt Builder, which helps service teams to go beyond issue resolution by identifying the real upsell and cross-sell opportunities while having the conversation with the customers. And it, of course, when you have the cross-sell and upsell opportunity, it directly impacts in generating more revenue for the retailers. Besides that, Agentforce uses AI-driven triage, bots, and auto-resolution to reduce the manual workload, which enables the service teams to manage high volumes with extra seasonal hiring, as I briefly mentioned earlier as well as reducing the cost per interaction, allowing retailers to improve their operating margins. Whereas human agents, they can focus more on complex as well as high-value tasks. So again, Agentforce is not only helping retailers to generate more revenue with cross-sell and upsell. Agentforce is also reducing the cost per interaction and helping their customers much better, while your human agents can focus on more critical items. And lastly, which is very, very important in my opinion, Agentforce deliver 24/7 consistent support across channels. A lot of retailers still provide support from 9 to 5, which leaves a very large window for customers to interact with them, and they have to wait for that timing. With Agentforce, you can have the same seamless customer experience 24/7, allowing agents to connect with the customers better and addressing their queries in real time and ensuring seamless experience that increases customer satisfaction as well as loyalty. So again, if you utilize Agentforce, it helps retailers elevating their customer experience. So I thought to tie back the Agentforce with the key business outcomes and how retailers can take advantage from Agentforce to be able to achieve those key business outcomes. So Kashif, we have discussed about Agentforce and how it helps in the retailer journey as well as helping retailers achieve the outcomes. I would like to briefly touch base on how exactly Agentforce works. I'm not going to get into too much of details around that. However, I would like to touch base some key areas that how this AI agent works. Everybody must be curious. So at its core, Agentforce follows 4 key steps. One is conversation. The second step is plan, then execute, and the outcome. So I'm going to briefly discuss what happens at every step. So at conversation step, Agentforce engages with customers naturally via chat. Voice is coming in, so over voice as well, or messaging channel, understanding the query and move on to the plan step. On this step, Agentforce picks the right topic and follow instructions using Salesforce data and AI. There might be a question, what is a topic and instruction? So topic and instructions help setting up the guardrails. And what are guardrails? It allows the agent to what agent can do or cannot do. So maybe you can say that agent can handle order related queries, but if somebody out of the blue asks for a weather forecast, agent cannot support that. So you can set those kind of guardrails, what agent can do and cannot do. Once the plan part is done, it goes into the execution step. So execution step is very important because a lot of automation happens at this stage. It includes fetching the order data or initiating a return request, or if there's any FAQ that needs to be answered, Agentforce fetches that query. Agentforce fetches that content and provide the relevant information. And once after the execution, Agentforce has all the data, it goes to the outcome step. And this is the step where the agent resolves the case or escalates the case to a human agent with full context. So overall, it's a seamless collaboration between AI and human service teams working together to provide an exceptional customer service experience, resulting into a higher customer satisfaction. So this is how Agentforce works along with human agents.
Thank you very much, Faraz, for that. And I think this gives us the right perspective just before, because I think we've got a demo lined up on Agentforce. And I think you really explained it well in terms of how Agentforce works. So I think this gives the audience some perspective. And with that, let's move to the Agentforce demo.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to see Agentforce in action, showcasing how AI transforms retail customer service by providing fast, accurate, and always-on support. Let's begin with a simple query. A customer asks about the return and refund policy. Instantly, Agentforce understands the request, pulls the right knowledge article, and responds with all the details. No delay, no complexity. Next, the customer wants to know about current promotions. Agentforce checks active offers, shares the details, and even offers to provide more information if needed. The customer then tries using a promo code VSI234, but it isn't working. Agentforce validates the code, confirms it's expired, and proactively suggests alternative ongoing deals, keeping the experience positive and helpful. Moving forward, the customer decides on a Cirrus jacket and wants to confirm availability in black medium size. Agentforce checks real-time inventory and confirms it's in stock. The customer then asks about delivery options and whether it can arrive before Christmas. Agentforce presents shipping methods, timelines, and costs, helping the customer choose the best option. Once the order is placed, the customer asks, "Where's my order?" and provides order number ORD103. Agentforce retrieves the order, shares the tracking number, carrier details, and delivery status, and even advises how to check updates on the carrier's website. Later, the customer requests an order cancellation. Agentforce validates the request, confirms cancellation, and provides a reference number for tracking. Customers can also ask, "What did I order?" Agentforce fetches the latest order and provides product and quantity details instantly. For a return status update, Agentforce quickly checks the system and provides both the return reason and the current status. When the customer initiates a new return, Agentforce gathers order details, SKU and reason, validates eligibility, creates a case, and shares the case number for easy tracking. The same applies for cancellations and refund requests. Agentforce captures the required details, validates them, initiates the case, and ensures the customer is always informed. Finally, customers can request a full view of their order history. Agentforce pulls the records and provides a clear update on all orders and their statuses. In this demo, you've seen how Agentforce delivers consistent, intelligent, and personalized service around the clock. From FAQs to orders, returns, cancellations, and refunds, Agentforce enables retailers to reduce wait times, eliminate manual effort, and elevate the overall customer experience. No queues, no frustration, just smarter, faster, AI-powered service.
All right, thank you very much. So I hope you found the demo useful. And I think just to conclude, Faraz and Michelle, first of all, thank you very much for sharing some very valuable insights today. I mean, I think we can agree that peak season is both a challenge and an opportunity. And AI is quickly becoming a game changer in this space, right? And how organizations prepare and operate and then deliver during this critical time where it matters the most is what's going to set them apart, right? So anyways, so thank you very much again. I really think it was a very useful session, and I hope thank you to the audience as well for joining us today. We hope you found the session useful and leaving with some useful perspective on how to apply this in your own business as well. Please feel free to reach out to us in case you have any clarifications or you need any support. Please feel free to reach out at the email address below.
Kashif, I just wanted to add one last point. As you know that Michelle mentioned earlier, you also mentioned that we are very close to the high season. Perhaps if anyone is looking to see their readiness and how they can incorporate Agentforce to tackle with this high season, I think they can connect with us as well, and we'll be more than happy to support them and guide them.
Well, thank you very much for that. Any closing remarks from your side, Michelle?
No, I think this is a great place for retailers to get started in using generative AI and seeing really quick returns on their deployment. I would definitely start with the customer service experience. And you all did a very good job of outlining the reasons why and how to do it in the demo.
Thank you very much once again. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll be closing the call now.